With the Board of Education for Strength, Intellect and Wisdom, Jadhavar Group of Institute has become fastest growing educational institute in Maharashtra, which is committed to give career-oriented education and provide 100% placement assistance for a holistic development in all fields like academic, social, economical, political, industrial, art, sports, culture, science and research. The institute operates under the expert guidance of educationist, Principal Dr. Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar and Advocate Shardul Rao Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar. The institute offers a wide range of educational courses under one roof, right from pre-primary, primary, secondary school education, junior college, BA, BCom, MA, MCom, BBA, BBA, CA, BCA, BCS, DSM, DMLT, DEd, BEd, BSc Plain, BSc in Data Science, BSc in Fashion Designing, BSc in Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning, BSc in Cyber Security and Digital Science, MSc in Computer Application, MSc in Computer Science, MSc Data Science, MSc Cyber Security, MBA, PGDM, BA LLB, LLB, ANM Nursing, GNM Nursing, and International School. These courses are taught at various campuses of the institute. Courses conducted externally by Yashwantrao Chauhan Maharashtra Open University and Savitribai Phule Pune University are also available in campus. With the changing times, the institute has introduced various courses of acting, dance, singing, photography, and skills development, while classes like yoga, meditation are taken on campus. The students of class 9th and 10th and junior college are guided for entrance exam like MHCET, JEE, and NEET for free of cost. The classes are conducted in the institute by expert professors who have studied from IIT, IIM, having great experience in same. Institute established in the year 2014. Jadhavar Group of Institutes today has more 80 plus schools and colleges, more than 25,000 students, and 1,500 teaching and non-teaching staff in order to maintain the educational standard of the institute. Oral and written exams are conducted while recruiting the teaching faculty. Pleasant and beautiful campus spaces and up-to-date classrooms. Digital boards in every classroom. The students from KG to PG are provided with learning facilities. Digital record of students' attendance. Highly educated and experienced faculty. Practical learning with theory. Guidance of experts from various fields helps in the overall development of the students. By adopting American technology along with Indian culture, students are equipped with quality education. Institute has introduced Yuva Sansad since 2016 with the motto of strengthening youth, strengthening politics, and strengthening India. Students from the state of Maharashtra and Goa participates in this youth parliament. The youth parliament has recognized by Union government and state government of Maharashtra and Goa. Many dignitaries such as Chief Minister and Minister of Maharashtra and other states have been honored in this parliament. Institute has introduced Shaurya Puraskar, Principal Dr. Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar Karandak, Jadhavar Science Festival, Give Up Alcohol and Drink Milk are some of the initiatives taken up on December 31st every year in Pune city with the help of Pune City Police. State level essay and allocation competition, Jadhavar Festival, Kirtan Motsav, Jadhavar Sport Festival, Adarsh Matha Puraskar, Bharat Ratna Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar online lecture series, Adarsha Shikshak Puraskar are carried out. The students are given financial assistance up to 10 lakh rupees for research and in the field of science under Jadhavar Science Festival. Under the Earn and Learn scheme, every year 100 plus students are given job opportunities in the institute itself. Children of armed force personnel, police personnel, journalists, firefighters, and ambulance drivers are given a 25% concession in educational fees from kindergarten to post-graduation, while a special scholarship is provided to girls for undergraduation and post-graduation education. Today, the status of educational institution is measured on the placement and pay packages received by the students. The institute has tie-ups with well-known companies for placements like Bajaj Alliance, HDFC Bank, Volkswagen, Force Motors, TCS, Yes Bank, Cognizant, Jio, VI, IBM, L&T Infotech, Phonomics Cable, Flipkart, Tata Capital, Tata AIG, Wipro, Sahyadri Hospital, Ruby Hall Clinic, where the students from the institute are placed. Every year, the organization intends to establish a university on an area of 1,000 acres soon. Jadhavar Group is also a leader in various business such as education, real estate, construction, hotels, hospitality, hospital, tax consultancy, and film production. The Jadhavar Institute is one of the fastest growing educational institute in Pune. We wish them all the best for their future and growth.
To channelize youth power in the right direction and establish a foundation in social work and politics, the Jadhavar Group of Institutes initiated the Yuva Sansad with the motto of strengthening youth, strengthening politics, strengthening Bharat in 2016.
शार्दूल सुधाकरराव जाधवर यांनाही एक आदर्श शिक्षण संस्था चालक म्हणून आदर्श नियोजनकार म्हणून पुरस्कार देता येतो. पण तो अडचणीचा एक भाग आहे की पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरूच्या मार्गावर तुम्ही जाण्याचा प्रयत्न केला तर हा पुरस्कार तुम्ही स्वतःलाही देऊ शकता. कारण पंडित नेहरूंनी भारतरत्न हा स्वतःला पुरस्कार दिला. तर कधी कधी मला वाटतं की असाही एक आदर्श संस्थाचालक पुरस्कार हा तुम्ही कधीतरी तुम्हालाही स्वतःला देण्याचा काहीतरी केलं पाहिजे. इतकी उत्तम व्यवस्था तुम्ही इथं केली आणि त्यासाठी मात्र अभिनंदन.
If democracy in country is to be strengthened, educated, youth must enter politics. With this thought in mind, the Yuva Sansad is working towards bringing more than 1,000 youth into the mainstream of politics.
तरुण वर्गाला काहीतरी ॲस्पिरेशन्स आहेत. ॲस्पिरेशन्स असणं खूप गरजेचं आहे. जर पुढे काही आपल्याला करायचं असेल तर आपल्यामध्ये इच्छाशक्ती असली पाहिजे.
This initiative by the Jadhavar Group of Institutes is set to guide society in new direction. The primary goal is to create good leadership for society.
निवडणुकीपुरती राजकारण, पण निवडणूक संपली की समाजकारण करा हे सांगणारे शिवसेना प्रमुख नव्या पिढीला माहिती नाहीये. कारण आमची नवी पिढी तेव्हा संघर्षाच्या काळात जन्माला जरी आली नाही तर ती अभ्यास नाही करते मागचा. आणि म्हणून ती आत्ता समोर काय दिसतंय, प्रवाहपतीत होऊ नका बरं. कधी प्रवाहाच्या विरुद्ध पोहण्याचं धाडस असेल ना तो पुढे जाईल.
By bringing forward impactful leaders and inspiring faces in front of the youth, this platform aims to instill a sense of leadership in them. Rather than counting how many people are supporting you, understanding how many people you support is a concept deeply embedded in the minds of the youth through this Sansad.
जोपर्यंत तुमची फेस व्हॅल्यू तुम्ही समाजापुढे नेऊन ठेवू शकत नाही तोपर्यंत समाज किंवा नागरिक तुमच्यापर्यंत आकृष्ट होऊ शकत नाही. अशी सध्याच्या राजकारणाची परिस्थिती आहे.
Youth from Maharashtra and Goa participate in this parliament, conducted in collaboration with Savitribai Phule Pune University, Lions Club International, Rotary Club, and Nehru Yuva Kendra. The Yuva Sansad has received significant support several dignitaries, including chief ministers, ministers, and prominent figures from various fields across Maharashtra and other states, have guided the youth on diverse topics during this initiative.
भ्रष्टाचार मुक्त राजकारण झालं पाहिजे आणि हे करण्यासाठी तुम्ही जिथं असाल तिथं तुम्ही देशसेवा हीच ईश्वर सेवा, मानवता सेवा हीच ईश्वर सेवा असं समजून आपण आपल्या राजकारणात ज्यांची ज्यांची इच्छा आहे त्यांनी यावं.
Additionally, individuals who have selflessly dedicated themselves to society, such as Sarpanch, Panchayat Samiti members, District Council members, MLAs, MPs, ministers, chief ministers, journalists, and administrative officers are honored with awards.
मध्यम वर्ग काय म्हणतं, नको बाबा राजकारण, आम्हाला राजकारण नको, याचं कारण राजकारण घाण आहे. अरे घाण आहे तर साफ करायला उतरा गटारात, तर साफ होईल, लक्षात घ्या.
In the Yuva Sansad, experts from the fields of education, social work, economics, industry, arts, sports, politics, science, culture, and research provide invaluable guidance to the youth.
कि मंजिल मिले ना मिले ये मुकद्दर की बात है, हम कोशिश भी ना करें ये गलत बात है.
Comprehensive discussions on various social and political issues are held, and related reports are sent to governors, chief ministers, and respective ministers of various states. Under the visionary leadership
सारं पैशावरच होतं काय असं नाही, काय गरज नाही पैशाची, फक्त डेडिकेशन, डेवोशन आणि डिटर्मिनेशन पाहिजे. त्याग करायची, कष्ट करण्याची कुवत पाहिजे. आणि मलाच पाहिजे म्हणायची गरज नाही, मलाच पाहिजे, मलाच चेअर पाहिजे, बिलकुल नाही. जनतेनं म्हणलं पाहिजे की तुम्ही बसावर.
of the highly educated founding president, Principal Dr. Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar, and Vice President, Advocate Shardul Rao Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar.
40 वर्ष माणसांमध्ये काम केल्यामुळे डोळे माझे खूप शार्प आहेत, कानही माझे खूप शार्प आहेत, ते पटकन विश्लेषण करतात. त्याच वेळेला मला जाणवलं की खूप गट्स असणारा पोरगा आहे. आणि आज इथे शांतपणे सगळं त्याचं पाहता पाहता असं लक्षात आलं की हा खूप मोठा माणूस होऊ शकतो. असा ह्या युवा संसदेचा एका अर्थाने संयोजक आणि ह्या ट्रस्टचा उपाध्यक्ष शार्दूल जाधवर,
या भारत देशामधले 1000 खासदार, 4500 आमदार, या सगळ्या लोकांना मी त्या ठिकाणी विनंती करतो की अशा पद्धतीचे युवा संसदेसारखे कार्यक्रम आपल्या सगळ्यांच्या मतदारसंघामध्ये फार मोठ्या प्रमाणावरती त्या ठिकाणी होणं गरजेचं आहे.
This innovative initiative of the Yuva Sansad by the institution is expected to contribute significantly to strengthening the world's largest democracy in our country.
ठराविक महिला राजकारणात आणि समाजकारणात नको. तुम्ही जर आलात तर ही टीका करण्याची पद्धत 90% बंद होईल. हे ट्रोलिंग जे आहे ते 90% बंद होईल.
May the efforts of the Jadhavar group of institutes continue to achieve greater success.
जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा, गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा. जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा, गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा. भीतीनं आम्हा तुझी मुळी कडकडणाऱ्या नभा.
With the Board of Education for Strength, Intellect and Wisdom, Jadhavar Group of Institute has become fastest growing educational institute in Maharashtra, which is committed to give career oriented education and provide 100% placement assistance for a holistic development in all fields like academic, social, economical, political, industrial, art, sports, culture, science and research. The institute operates under the expert guidance of educationist, Principal Dr. Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar and Advocate Shardul Rao Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar. The institute offers a wide range of educational courses under one roof, right from pre-primary, primary, secondary school education, junior college, BA, BCom, MA, MCom, BBA, BBA, CA, BCA, BCS, DSM, DMLT, DEd, BEd, BSc Plain, BSc in Data Science, BSc in Fashion Designing, BSc in Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning.
Ashwini madam.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all for today's third day faculty development program organized by Jadhavar Institute of Management. We are privileged to have with us our esteemed dignitaries and academic leaders. I extend a warm welcome to our respected President, Principal Dr. Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar sir, and Vice President Advocate Shardul Rao Jadhavar sir, whose visionary leadership and continuous support have always encouraged academic excellence and innovative initiatives. I also extend my sincere welcome to our respected conveners, Dr. Rajneesh Mishra sir, Professor Amol Kale sir, and Dr. Kiran Kale sir for their valuable guidance and support in organizing this program. A heartfelt welcome to all the faculty members, participants, and guests present here today. Faculty development programs are important for improving technical skills, knowledge, research abilities, and professional growth. Such a program provides a wonderful opportunity to learn, share ideas, and understand new developments in management, education, and research. It is our privilege to welcome our distinguished speaker, Mr. Pranay Saywankar, Data and AI Solution Architect, currently serving as a Data and AI Solution Lead at Yash Technology. He is an expert, experienced professional with nearly a decade of experience in cloud engineering, enterprise data platform, analytics, generative AI, and agentic AI solutions. He has also been actively involved in designing scalable cloud and AI-powered solutions for global organizations. His area of expertise include AWS, GCP cloud platforms, data engineering, data governance, analytics, machine learning, LLM, RAG, and agentic AI framework. In terms of academic qualifications, he has completed a postgraduate program in data science and analytics from the University of Texas at Austin during 2023-24. He also holds a Bachelor of Engineering degree in Electrical Engineering from Government College of Engineering and Technology, Chandrapur, affiliated to RTM Nagpur University. Throughout his professional journey, he has contributed to the several initiative projects related to the enterprise data solution, fraud detection, data governance, and AI-driven business intelligence system. He is also founder and creator of Anthi-AI, an agentic AI business intelligence platform. Mr. Pranay has published a technical white paper titled "Building Scalable Data Lineage Solution for AWS Glue" and also been recognized with awards such as the Star Team Performer Award and People's Champion Manager Award at Yash Technology. His vision is empowering organizations with intelligent data platform and next-generation AI solutions to drive innovation and data-driven decision-making. With his strong industry experience and deep knowledge of emerging technologies, he continues to inspire professionals, students, research through his valuable insights and practical approach. Today, he will be sharing his expertise on the topic Power BI and data visualization. I request Pranay sir to kindly take over the session. Thank you, sir. Pranay sir.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for the brief introduction. My name is Pranay, and I hope you're doing good and also having a great day. So as to just not to I am not going to introduce myself again. Just to give a brief, like a short kind of um, notes to everyone. Anybody's during this lecture, not lecture, just a session, I would say. So anyone in between the session wants to ask anything, you can just ping up the question or so, and if not, you can ask me later on. I'll leave my LinkedIn profile in over here. Okay, so first of all, thanks everyone, and let's start our session today. I would like to have asked some couple of questions before starting this session with all of you. What comes in your mind when it comes to data visualization or BI or business intelligence, or anything which is in terms of data intensive intelligence? What comes uh, first thing in your mind? Anybody can unmute themselves and just can give me some pointers where we can, I want this to be an interactive session. I just don't want to, I just don't want it to say every single sentence and you just, grabbing things around and writing it on note paper. Just be vocal. Anything you know about what visualization, data visualization, BI, or anything, that would be cool. No one? Am I audible? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. And don't call me sir. You can call me Pranay. That's it. Okay, Pranay. All right, so effective representation with easy to understand from raw data to organized data. So from raw data to organized is somewhere we call it as data engineering. So data engineering is some pointer where we take up a raw data and do the cleaning and all other things to organize that data. Okay, so data visualization is like putting up a business perspective in terms of visualization to help out the key stakeholders or key members within your company or within your organization to value to create a value out of that specific data that you're getting. Okay, that data might be a payment specific data. That data may be related to your product. That data may be related to insurance claims. That data may be related to your data intensive strategies. Okay, the way that payment companies like PayPal, Paytm, or Google Pay or something uses, insurance companies like Ergo, SDFC Ergo, Tata AI, and their multi insurance companies that they use to get insights on how much claims has been given, how much amount that we have reinsured within our companies, the actuarials and all other things. So there's n number of sectors where data visualization is somewhere give intense information about how the business is performing, plus the forecast information, like how our exact data should be there on how we can enhance our product going forward. So that is how the data visualization entirely works within the industry. There are a number of tools in the industry where um, companies preference towards creating visualization is some kind of like leaned based on their proprietary license, proprietary technology partnerships. And also many of the companies used to use Power BI in past. Nowadays there are a number of tools such as Tableau. There are tools like QuickSights. There are tools like Click Views and all other things which will give you the which will give users probably stakeholders or business intelligence analytics, or probably the visualization agents or so, a kind of a picture or a periphery where you can play around with the data that has been given to you and organize that specific data in terms of visualization for strategic strategic research against your product or your services or whatsoever. Okay, I'll share my screen. Give me a moment. It seems like host has disabled the screen sharing. I cannot share my screen. uh, can anyone enable if I can share the screen, please?
You can send the request.
It's not letting. It's just giving me the error as host disabled attendee screen sharing. So I might require.
Just
Yeah, sure. Okay, just let me know if my screen is visible.
yes, it is visible.
All right, thank you. Okay, let's go. Let's start. All right. Okay, so as I've said, how exactly the data visualization works. Moreover, okay, so going forward, we will see some of the information related to how the modern day data visualization is, what is DAX, how modeling works, how we do the transformations, and all other things. Okay, and also currently I do not have a Power BI access, but yes, I do have the Tableau access, so I will show how exactly the exact dashboard look like, what is worksheets, what is dashboard, what is story, and how do we put that story in front of our stakeholders to bring in the information of about whatever data visualization that we have created, to give some perspective and give some insight related to the businesses. Okay, so the chapter one, the BI revolution, how modern organization turn raw data into most powerful data. Okay, so there were some businesses going probably within 70s 60s which were working on the data intensive kind of strategies, but those strategies were not visualized. Those strategies were meant to create the data within the some sort of documents and all other things, right? Currently everything is online, but 30 years back things were not those accessible for each and everyone. Okay, or probably they were only and only were uh, accessible intensively to the stakeholders, to the companies and all. Nowadays we see there's a lot of product related analytics or something that that usually the end user, like customers like us, we can see. Okay, we can take the example of Amazon. Okay, so anything that you want to buy on Amazon, you can check the performance of that specific product, how many people that has taken or bought that specific product, if it is doing well within the market or not, whether you should buy it or what should be your preference to that product if you want. Thing has been now being public, but before 40-50 years there wasn't. Okay, and nobody used to take care because we didn't had any access to the internet or so. Okay, so the company came up with the companies or organization, bigger organization came up with this the intensive insights, so that the end user as well can see how the company is performing and all. Okay, I bet many of the people which is currently in this session are doing some kind of SIPs, or probably they're doing some shareholding and all other things. You actively what you can say, put your money on platforms like Zerodha or Arihant or anything to buy some stocks of the companies. But before you do that, you actually check the data, how that specific share is performing from last 5 years or from last 10 years. Let's take an example: Reliance share or TCS shares, Tata shares, or any other shares, right? So that specific information is a data driven information. Okay, many of you guys probably use money control. Okay, so that money control is something, is a public facing or public intensive intelligence platform which gives the intelligence about whatever of whatever share or something that you're going to invest in. Okay, it gives you the performance like from last 5 years or 10 years, how that specific product has been or that specific share has been performing, right? And based on that, you make your critical decision whether I want to invest into this specific share or not. Okay, so this is moreover data driven. Okay, you are taking a decision about driving your driving your decisions to buy that specific share based on the data which has been provided by money control. Okay, so the actual point of all these pointers that I have put in front of you is like the entire world currently working on the data drivability. Okay, wherever there is a data, there is a money. Wherever there is a data, there is a strategic information, and based on that strategic information, you forecast your decisions of your future. Okay, same goes with your retail market, same goes with your what you can say real estates and all. Okay, based on how the specific region is performing, who is performing, how is which builder is performing and all, probably on that specific pointers you take a decision whether I want to invest in this retail system, whether I want to buy a property or not. So that is all data driven. Okay, um I will not encompass any much information on Microsoft dominance, because there are now a number of other tools, other uh, companies like AWS QuickSight, Tableau, and all of the things which have been being part of data visualization. Okay, and I will not say whether the Microsoft is dominating the market right now, but yes, Power BI is one of the best tool in the market. Wherever you will go, you will find in all the organizations at least there are a few of the tenants which are being practicing data visualizations and all the data intensive intelligence analysis on top of Power BI. But yes, there are multiple tools. As I have already said, there is Tableau, there is QuickSight, there is Looker, where you will get more intensive kind of data visualization information. You can create more dashboards. You can also use AI capabilities. In QuickSight you can use Amazon Q, where you don't have too much hassle about how I will create a modeling charts or something. You can just directly take a help of Amazon Q, which is kind of like ChatGPT within QuickSight. Okay, and that will actually create you some of the queries. You can put that queries into the um, uh, into the query window, and then after you can just create a visualization based on that. Why Power BI centrals and secures? Okay, now herely why Power BI, I will just put on like why we are using data visualization tool. So maximum data visualization tools are being administered. They have pretty good centralized, secure, and unified identity management as well. So any of the person who is administrator can take a decision whom to give access and whom not. Let's take an example. You have 10 tenants within your company, and each tenant is independent and they should not be able to access each other's data or each other's visualization techniques or insights. Okay, so in that you can create a segregation and give identity accesses, so that any of the member within that organization will not be able to access other organizations visualizations and all. Okay, this is moreover kind of like governing, so you can govern which person should have access to which tenant dashboards and all other things within the same company. Okay, as we say, we do have multiple amount of departments in the same organization, we do have HR, we do have sales, we have finance, operation, technology, data, AI, and so on. Based on that specific segregation, you can make a decision whether you have to give access to those or not. Plus, many of the platforms are SOC1 or SOC2 secured, where no eavesdrop or anything can be happen. Okay. Moreover, we can say about socket layer protection and all other things, also transport layer securities and all other things, what we call as the TSL. Okay, so whenever you are dealing with of the data, when you connect with your data, there is no eavesdrop or there is no third party attacks can be possible. Okay, so that's how secure nowadays data platforms or data visualization platforms have been. Okay, so we talk about Power BI ecosystem or data visualization ecosystem if we talk about. So any of the data visualization ecosystem is moreover governed by IAM rules, okay, which is called as identity access management rules. Okay, all of the data visualization tool, doesn't matter if it is Power BI or any other tools, they are being governed securely by a specific administrator privileges. Okay, and there would be read accesses and all other things. Apart from that, if you talk about Power BI, or if you talk about QuickSight, if you talk about Tableau, some of these tools actually provide you the desktop related um, applications. Okay, Power BI provide you the desktop applications, but those will be only proprietary to Windows machines. Okay, if you have Mac systems or Linux systems, probably you will not be able to access the Power BI desktop. But definitely, if you have Windows, you will get a free access to the Power BI. Moreover, given that you have a company related accesses as well, or company email IDs or something. Okay, you will not get directly access on top of your personal email ID. Definitely you should have the company email IDs. Then after, you will get a cloud based provisioned fabrics are moreover the virtual machines on top of which you can run your uh, queries or something, or sometimes we do some DAX related stuff, or so, that will be able to data intensive expression, data analysis expression or something. So in that fabric you can run your data analysis expressions, and based on that you will get some results. That results you can import into the dashboard, or data visualization. Given that there are some other tools like Tableau, you will get the desktop or workshop related applications, which can you will be able to run on Linux, or like system, Unix like system, Windows system, and also Mac like system. Okay, and also there are some tools like ClickView and Power BI, which also give you the privilege to access your dashboards, your reports on your mobile device, such as an Android as well. Okay, data pipeline related stuff we'll see in the chapter 2. Okay, so before going through this, can anybody know what is required to create um, a dashboard without having any kind of discrepancy issue, data discrepancy issues? Can anybody tell me? You can unmute yourself and just come on, guys, be active.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Okay, so I said, can anyone give me what could be the discrepancies when in terms of creating data visualization? What can cause data visualization discrepancies?
Is it data mismatch?
Hello.
Yes, it is one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be like if data is not in proper shape and it is not properly arranged. So in that case, there could be a discrepancy
Okay.
If data type is not in a proper format, that also can create an issue.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, availability of a clear data is always given nice dashboard. So that's a basic requirement I think we have for creating dashboard.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So what are the data discrepancies? Okay. Let's take an example. You get a data from raw resources, okay, such as Web API, Excel sheet, databases, and all there might be there's a whole ecosystem of the data. Let's take an example. You are creating some kind of a product, okay, e-commerce product, and you are receiving a data related to payment stuff, okay, whether some people have did the payment for buying your product and all. Okay, let's take an example. If any of the payment related information comes into your API and that API does not actually hit your server, that data is not reaching out. Let's take an example. And whatever information that you have previously within your database is not adequate to extract the insights about, let's take an example, how much amount of sale has been done by this specific individual or something. Okay, so that is a discrepancy because you do not have inadequate amount of data. There might be some problems. Let's take an example. Within your phone number, okay, let's take an example. You have some sort of table, okay, XYZ table. Within that XYZ table there is a name, there is a surname, there is email ID, number, pin code, address, and all other things. And let's take an example. A specific user has forgot to put on this specific number, or he has put 11 numbers or so. Okay, so these are the data discrepancies and all other things. Okay, so before getting like whenever you get the data imports and all other things from all these resources, you can get the data from the resource, from all the n number of resources that can be there. Can be APIs, there can be cloud services, storage services, SharePoint, even survey APIs. But there's a lot of things that from which you can get a data from. Okay, but let's take an example that data is inadequate, missing some informations, or have some skews, okay, within that. Okay, so you have to do the pre-processings and all other things. Generally what happens when analysis is being done, you get the data as it is, but the main part of doing the analysis is getting that data within your system and cleaning that data, which is very much important. Okay, so that is where the data pipelines and all other works. Okay, in that you have data imports, you have cleaning mechanism, okay, which we called as ETL. Okay, ETL means we extract the data, we transform that data, and then load the data. There is one more term which is called as ELT, where we extract the data, load it first, and then transform as per the requirement. Okay, so there are some terms that you will come to know going forward. That would be data warehouse, data lake, and all other things, which is below the business intelligence uh, OU or organizational unit. But the thing is, these basics are very much important in terms of to achieve the adequate amount of business intelligence analysis. Okay, so on. Now, the first thing that we talk about when it comes to ETL or ELT is like doing the data imports. Okay, let's not talk about in general what it comes to the Power BI itself, but let's talk about what exactly data import is. Okay, so data import is something to grab the information from one source point. It can be anything, and capture that data, save it for the further analysis. Okay, so I have taken a data from APIs, okay, or I have taken a data from some storage, maybe from Dropbox or from S3 or from any cloud services like AWS or Google Cloud or Azure Cloud, and put that data somewhere stored in some format like CSV or Excel or some other formats. Okay, later on what I will do is I will capture that data and do some analysis. Okay, some priority analysis. Check what is missing in that specific data, what I can do in that specific data, whether that data is adequate, whether that data has some salting, if that data requires some repairing and all other things. Okay, so some data science stuff and all other things, and I will check all those parameters. If that parameters fit in, then I will move to the next section, that is loading that data to um, a specific folder where I will call it that this data is cleaned and ready to use for intelligence or any kind of a insight. Okay, so what I did is I extracted the data from a point, I transformed the way I wanted it for some analysis and loaded it so that it can be used by other stakeholders or my other teammates. Okay, for connecting it to the powerhouse, Power BI hub, or Looker, or any of the data visualization tool over there. Or the same data can be used for other things like machine learning modeling. The same data can be used for creating your own LLM agents or something, or put it into RAG, whole lot of things. Okay, because since we are into data intensive or data critical kind of organization that we are working in. Okay, now this data when gives you the insight with give the uh, exact analysis without any cluttering, without any discrepancies or any problem. Okay, what will happen if I do not transform and clean this data and just directly import it and create the analysis? What do you think the problems may occur? Come on, guys. I mean, just jump in.
Sir, the result that we are going to get will be incorrect.
Yes. Other? What would be the other?
Maybe it will be incomplete report. Whatever the result we are looking for, it will be incomplete.
Yes, exactly. The the dashboard itself, the visualization itself will be cluttery. The visualization will not show true value of the data that you actually have. The data visualization will not give the business insight and maybe have false forecasting. Okay, let's so what is false forecasting over here is, let's take an example. You have data related to your product performance. Let's take an example. Nirma. Okay, everybody knows Nirma, right? It was a detergent. Okay, so let's take an example. You have a data related to Nirma, and you haven't cleaned it well. There are some problems. There is a fake data. There is some missing data and all other things, and you haven't cleaned that data and directly put on the visualization on top of that via importing that data. What will happen? Will it give the proper forecasting that till now, like this specific product has been, this detergent has been performing in terms of sales, so in next 1 to 2 years probably this would be the exact amount of sell it would happen? Will you be able to extract the marketing strategies, business strategies, sales strategies, finance strategies, profit strategies, loss strategies out of that data? No, right? So that is the reason why we require to clean the data before going forward for any kind of data visualization, and that is how the exact thing works. Okay, the exact data ETL related things works. Okay, so first when you import the data, you do some transformations like I said. Okay, so this is the extraction, this is the transformation, this is the loading. So you connect the data, you clean that data, you transform the data based on your requirement. Okay, and then you load that data to a specific store where you or your colleagues or any of the stakeholders can be easily use that specific data without any hassle. Okay, so this is moreover kind of like fundamental of all the data visualization tool or any of the ETL tool, where you will find out that this kind of ETL is a basic term where you want to where you want to get the data visualization or analysis or business intelligence without having any discrepancies. Okay, so there are some data modeling fundamentals when you do the transformations. There are star schemas, snowflake schemas, then there is dimension tables, fact tables. There is ONB, which is called as one-on-one dimension tables, and all other things, many to many relationships and all. So these data model fundamentals is something you should need to know in here before going for any kind of a transformation. So the first thing which comes into mind when it comes to data modeling or something, there is always a dimension table and the fact table. So what are these dimension tables and a fact table? Okay, so dimension table gives you the information related to the noun information, like the user information, that is his name, his number, his address, and all other things. Okay, and these are moreover static information that doesn't change. Fact information is something, a dynamic information, which gives you the information related to the facts of that specific entity. Okay, in dimension table there are entity which barely change. Let's take an example, username. So there is a user called as Pranay. Okay, that Pranay has a specific address and a number and all fundamental things which are barely going to change. Okay, like my Aadhaar number, my PAN number, or something like that. Okay, it's not going to change, it's going to stay there. But the facts, okay, let's take an example. With the help of this dimension information, I have made some payment or so. Okay, so these facts are actually the turn of event which has happened on a specific period of time. Let's take an example. At this specific time, I have bought something and scratched my card or swiped or tapped my card on some POS machine. So this is a fact, and this fact cannot be changed. Okay, but in some moment, what I can do is I can do the swiping next day, next month, next year of the same amount going forward, right? So the facts cannot actually change, but can be added recursively again and again based on the transactional values or any other values. Okay, based on what kind of a fact table that we are creating. Okay, so when it comes to data modeling, there are some terms like SCD1, SCD2, which is called as slowly changing dimensions. So now slowly changing dimensions is what? Is like, let's take an example. We do have some table, okay, and in that table, my entry for that specific information has been already recorded. But it might happen that I make some kind of a query where the same information can be recursively been added again, or can be actually wiped out the previous entry and re-enter my information again. Okay, so there are SCD1, which is called as slowly changing dimension 1. Then there is SCD. I'm sorry. Yeah, someone was saying something. Okay, all right. Okay, so there is a slowly changing dimension. So within the table, we can have multiple changes, okay, for a specific entry. Okay, so we mend it, or we try to exhibit these entries to define whether that specific table can be SCD1, that changing dimension 1, or slowly changing dimension 2, or slowly changing dimension 3. Okay, we will not cover the SCDs right over here. Okay, it's moreover like it's a like SQL query related part. But yes, I'm just giving you the information where these can be also being useful for your data analysis expression, which is we called as a DAX. Okay, so in DAX we generally do sum, we generally do aggregations, we also check some data related to time forecasting and all other things, and based on those formulas we make this relationship to give the proper analytics for your for your stakeholders, or for your end products. All right. Okay, there are data modeling techniques. We have star schema, snowflake schema, galaxy schema, bridge tables, flat tables, and all other things. I'll move around. Data modeling types, I'll move around. I'll not go ahead with mastering DAX and visualization. Okay, so what is DAX that I have already mentioned just a few minutes back? Like we have a data analysis expression where we formulate the data that we actually require. Okay, so let's take an example. I do have a table, okay, where there are n number of products, okay, and those products have been bought by some entity. Consider XYZ like AWS, okay, uh, Amazon. Let's take an example, or a Flipkart. So I have some set of product that I have within my inventory or my data warehouse. Okay. And I want to see the information related to which region, okay, within Pune, okay, or within Mumbai or within Bangalore, in which region this specific set of product have made more sales. Okay. So in that case, I will write the specific query like select from table, okay, whatever those entities are, select a specific region or so from region, and sum of this specific product where probably the date might be in between 1 year to 2 year. So you will get the proper information based on that, like okay, within this specific year, in these specific areas, this much amount of product has been sold. Okay, let's take an example Parle-G, or let's take an example some other product like cutleries or kitchen utensils, or anything else. Okay, so that expression will give you the informations for getting the exact information of the insight that you're looking for. Like I have said, lot of aggregation or time forecasting related stuff you can do into the DAX. Okay, the other tools like Looker or Tableau, there you can do the forecasting via using formulas or with your simple SQL expressions. Okay, you can write down your SQL query and get those information timely via using SQL expressions or also. Like I have said, the DAX pattern year to date, YTD patterns and all dynamic measures where we use some of the measures like sum and all other things. You have variables. What could be the turning variables? Okay, probably within a year you can put in which specific season that specific product has been sold so much. Let's take an example. If we are talking about winterable wears, okay, winter wearables, moreover these winter wearables are being sold in winters more, or probably if someone is planning for some tour to Himachal or some Switzerland or something, they will buy this specific product. These are the variables also that can be possible. Okay, and these variables can be also tucked in within the common DAX expression also. Now, when it comes to data visualization, you need to be sure for sure that what kind of visualization is based. Okay, when to use bar chart, when to use I mean, you can take the decisions where you can specify when exactly to use bar chart, heat map, pie chart. There might be forecast chart or something, a histogram, and all other things. So these are moreover like different type of visualization techniques. It all depends upon you how you use it and how not. But there are some fundamentals as well when you want to use it. Bar chart is moreover being used or also when we have sales related data, or moreover we have revenue product, when we have HRBP data like employee data, salary data, salary progression or salary comparison, wage comparison, and all other things. That time we use uh, bar chart. We can use line chart to show the progression. in a periodic period of time and all other things. We can use pie chart for to show the comparison of market shares, or those probably we can use donut chart as well, for same as pie chart we can use. So there is multiple type of charts that we can use to exhibit the relationship in between the data and compare it based on the insight that has been actually needed by your stakeholders, or probably by your end customers, maybe you and me. So likewise we can use visualization based practices. Okay, to be sure, the lesser the cluttering within your dashboard is much better. Okay, any time when we do any kind of thing, even if we cook, we say we do not need to put more spices into the food because it's going to taste so confusing. Okay, so same, you can exhibit the same kind of analogy within here. You do not need to do more and more. Okay, don't put grid lines, don't put borders, redundant informations and all other things within one within worksheets or so. Okay, because it's going to really look bad to your stakeholders or your end customers moreover. Okay, interactive dashboards. So this in terms of Power BI, but I will show you the Tableau dashboards. I have some examples ready over there, so I will just show you later on. Okay, so there you can use, as I have said, you can use multiple type of themes, multiple kind of charts like bar charts, donut chart, pie charts, histogram, line chart, and so on. You can pin those for getting that specific information, and add a text like, okay, this information is being held for this outcome. Okay, um we can just move it around. We don't require to go with AI and all right now. Publishing and collaboration. Okay, so with all of the data visualizations tool we have, okay, you can publish it within your organization. If you have public facing desktop apps or something, let's take an example, Tableau gives you the exact help to you to actually publish your dashboards publicly. Okay, Power BI is something also gives you the also gives you the provision to publish it, but they cannot be made public. Okay, these are moreover private because it's kind of a proprietary solution and they haven't made it all public. Okay, you would require the company email ID, and it's moreover like kind of like secure stuff. But for learning purpose, if you want to learn, if you do not have direct access because Power BI is expensive, and also if you want to go to use Power BI, you need to have access to the Azure cloud and Fabrics moreover. Okay, for all the tax related stuff and all other things, you would require to have Fabric. But if you do not want to and you want to practice it on other tools, you can go with Tableau, you can go with the Looker, you can also go with the QuickSight also. Okay, you can publish it within your group, you can share insights, and also uh, uh, with your stakeholders and with your colleagues as well. This is something that I have already told how we govern the workspace. We govern this workspace using identity access management. We do have a administrator which gives you the access to the specific dashboard or specific visualization or anything that you need to do. If there's any person who is only responsible for doing ETL related stuff, you will get access to only ETL, not the data visualization or so. Okay, and all the workspace, probably there is a Snowflake or something, any kind of a data import strategies or a tool that you can use. You can import the data from Snowflake, S3, and all other things. You do your ETL by using data engineering methodologies, do the analysis, and after data engineering, there is one more thing that you can do is data science, that is creating your own machine learning models, forecasting models, and all by using any of the methods like Nav, Bayesian, and all others as well. Scheduling and maintenance is not that much of a hassle, I would say. But if you want to schedule the maintenance, there are some data refresh or something happens where a refreshing is very much important, so that the data which is coming to your dashboards must be the new data. Let's take an example. um, you are having a dashboard which is connected to some of the data, okay, and the data is being added till yesterday, okay, and one of the stakeholders is trying to check the data of insights, which would also have the insights from today as well, okay. But the data within the data stream is missing the data, like today's data, okay, streamlined data. So this scheduled refresh will help you. You can schedule a refresh of like 1 hour every hour. That's data refresh will happen. So all the data which is being processed today within the interval of 1 day, 1 hour, it will gradually replicate into your analysis. Okay, so that kind of scheduled refresh that you can do 8 times, 12 times, whatever that may be, okay. But automatically it generally happens 8 times per day. But you can take a decisions whether you have to do it within a buffer period of 1 hour or 1 minute, or that's based on your requirement, okay. You can also set up the data gateway to have a second bridge between your data visualization tool or ETL tools or so within with your local SQL servers or probably your storage systems or so, and you can use that. You can also use or govern the or monitor the reports as well, okay. Who is accessing your monitoring or monitoring that specific reports, and now if that specific user needs to have that access or not, or later on you can remove it. All those things can be done, and this comes under the maintenance, because sometimes what happens is you do not require a specific period to have access to your reports on a regular interval of time, okay. So this can be possible within Power BI or any of the data visualization tool nowadays. Okay. Now I have set up some pointers where you will get a mastery over how we can, or how I can be able to master the data visualization. Okay. So the first thing I would suggest is start with any of the tool. Okay. If you have access to Power BI, if you are associated with any of the company and you are getting the company email IDs and all, and if they are ready to pay Power BI license or Fabric license, you can do that. If not, you don't have to worry. There are multiple tools as well. You can go ahead with any of the tools like Tableau. You can go ahead with the tools like Looker, ClickView, and so on, ab issues and all. There's n number of tools for that. Okay, you do not need to stick to only Power BI. Okay, there was a time where Microsoft has a monopoly over Power BI, over the market, that only Power BI was the only data visualization or analytics or business intelligence intensive tool which is being used. But now there are n number and you can choose any one of them. Okay, I would suggest go for the free tools. Okay, it will help you a best for learning and also for exploring some of the things within it. Okay, so start small. Okay, start with any of the free tools like Tableaus or so. Okay, they do have the organization tool as well, but they on your desktop you can run it pretty simply. You don't have to make a license account, or you don't have to pay anything. Okay, so you can do that. uh, if you want, if you do not have a data, I would mark some I will give you some website from where you can get industrial based data. Okay, you can choose any of the data based on the listing that has been into that specific website. Get that data, import that data in your tool. Okay, and explore by yourself, like how I can map the sales, how I can map region wise sales, claims information, sales information, or anything. Okay, so BI is kind of like based on your visuals. Okay, the forecast, how you can visualize business in terms of the data visualization. That is called as business intelligence. That is called as intensive intelligence, made for the businesses. Okay, you can also join the community. There is Power BI community, there is a number of data visualization communities and all other things. You can go with that, strategize how I can do these, ask a question, you will get the answers. And there are open source communities which helps you to know how can a visualization be made more active, more animatory or something. There are some companies who likes animations and all other things, sometimes who doesn't like, they want simple kind of a portfolio within your dashboards or so. Okay, but you will get the information through these communities. Okay, go join those communities, you will get the information. Along with the data visualization, I will encourage all of you to go for the data science kind of a specific education, or a training, which or probably a ETL training or so, with the help of Python, with the help of SQL, Spark SQL or so, or PySpark probably. So it will help you, because the companies are not just looking for a person who can do visualization, but they are also looking for the person who can also work on these pointers like data engineering, ETL, and all other things. Okay, so learning Python, SQL, PySpark, Spark SQL, and all will give you the upper hand, not just on data visualization, but you will know the basics of it, the fundamentals of how to clean your data, how to put your data into sections, how to do the data modeling, and all other things, and so on. And this will give you the upper hand, because you would be having a multi technology knowledge, and not just like just grab the data and putting it onto the canvas. Okay, you will actually know how to create those data points probably. Okay, so I guess this is more over the end. I will give me a moment. I will just bring Tableau on the screen if it is available. Is my screen still visible? Are everyone able to see the screen?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so I do not have the Tableau desktop app, but I would try to, I'll try to emphasize some of the stuff for Tableau. Okay, so this is the free version of Tableau. Okay, you can just go ahead uh, and just create Tableau account. Okay, and it is free. Okay, you don't have to have any kind of what you can say license or anything. Okay, you can just put your information, it will, you can download it, and then after you can just go ahead and sign in uh, within the Tableau account. Okay, when it comes to Power BI will ask you your company's information. It will ask you the company email IDs and all other things, and also you have to, I guess, pay for a Fabric if in case you do not have a tie up with Microsoft accounts or Azure account or so. But moreover, Tableau is something that you can use it. Is there is not much of a difference within Tableau or within Power BI. There are some of the small kind of changes that you might find with Tableau, Power BI, Looker, or any of the data visualization tool. But the fundamental that I'm talking about is similar. You don't have to be worried about it. Okay. Uh, let's go. Okay. Give me a moment. Let me sign in. Okay. Yeah, now I have signed in. Now I can edit. All right. So first of all, if you see, if you go to the files, it will show you if you want to publish this file or what. If you want to publish it as presentation or whatever that may be, it will give that. When it comes to data, it will give you data resources. So you can add the data. If you go here, it will just, you can upload the data. There are connectors. In freemium version, I'm not sure, but there is a connector called OData or Google Drive. So anything you have within your Google Drive, just go ahead and click on this. Or if you have some data within SAP or Salesforce or so, there is always a OData connector. You have to put on a OData information, your bearer tokens and all other things. You will be able to get the get the connection through that specific string. But first of all, I would say go ahead with CSV or Excel file. This would be helpful for you rather than going directly with the connectors. Later on, you can explore the connectors. Okay, so you can upload the data. Probably you would get that data within if you have CSV files or anything, you can directly just upload it, and the data will directly shown in over here as in dimensions or whatever that may be. Okay. All right. Okay. Here also, I'm just showing you the options. Either you can go add the data points from here or from here. From here, there are 3 pointers. If you'd see new worksheet, new dashboard, and new story. So worksheet is something where you actually do all the work and all. Okay, where you put on the canvas. Okay, so the worksheet would actually look like this. Where is it? This is the worksheet. Okay, so here what you are doing is you are bringing in the table, your facts and your dimensions. Okay, so there are information. This is moreover like a dimension. These are the amount or wherever there is a amount or where there is number or a specific event related information that comes into the measures in over here. And then there would be dimensions where there your number, your gender, your name, and all other things. Okay, so this moreover is your canvas. This is moreover your worksheet where you put on the information, and based on that information you make the exact uh, visuals. Moreover, the visuals, I would say. Okay, so here I have put on the car use, car type. The car type would be whatever that may be, whatever data based on that I have currently. So I have claims related data. If you see, so I have moreover car claims related data for specific insurance. Okay, so everybody might have some of the vehicles like car, bikes, or anything. Okay, so any of the accident happens or anything happens, we do the claims for that amount. Okay, so in this, what type of car or what type of company or something has asked for the claim amount and how much has been settled. Okay, this has been moreover put on into the canvas. Okay, so I have minivan, blah blah blah, all those things. Some of them are represented by a commercial companies like it may be like hospitality companies, or probably it might be hospital company or corporate companies, private companies, and all. And these are the private users. Okay, private vehicles moreover. Okay, so this is giving you the segregation between the claim amount and the claim amount and the actual the blue book is something how much amount of claim has been raised and how much amount have been claimed. Okay, so the commercial company has a minivan. Okay, the all the number of minivans, the blue book amount has been this much, but the claim amount has been this much. So this is a settled claim amount on top of what has been raised. So moreover, like 7,31,000 has been raised in a blue book, but the claim amount, settled amount by the insurance companies was 7,30,000 moreover, not more than that. Okay, so this is moreover gives the insight about how many numbers of segments of the car types has been there, representing commercials and representing private, out of which how many has been claimed, and how much has been claimed raised, and how much has been claimed sanctioned or disbursed. Okay, so this is moreover kind of an insight that you get within within the specific worksheet. Okay, you might have sizes or something based on what kind of discrete amount of visualizations you use. Okay, so here I have used moreover text type. If you go with the bar type, it will give you the bar type. Moreover, if I go with the line type, it will give me the line type. Okay, this is moreover not meant for going to the line type, so that's why I've just given it as into the text or number type. Okay, uh, let's go with the more enhanced type of dashboard. So in this dashboard, moreover, you would see how much amount of claim has been um, uh, you know intensive claim has been claimed. Okay, the claim frequency by the type of the profession. Okay, so the blue collar people who has minivans has a claim amount of 16,000 or so. Okay, the claim frequency, like in the interval of time how much they are frequently putting it, that is 7. Okay, same goes with clerical, same goes with doctor. So these are the occupation type. Okay, so the claim which has been raised, again the occupation type for that car type. Okay, whether that is commercial or whether that is private. Okay, so this amount this kind of data centric insights you will be able to get. So it all depends upon the practice. I cannot actually show every single thing within one just a small session, so I'm just giving you a glimpse of it, like how you can play with your canvas and create interactive dashboards. Okay, so let's take an example with bar chart.
Just one, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to see Power BI example if you can show me, because we have started with Power BI and then
Yes,
you
so
are
currently
showing Tableau example.
yes,
Yes.
so see, as I have said, I do not have access to Power BI.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
and the fundamental thing, that is what you need to know, there is no difference between tools. These are tools. Power BI is a tool. Okay, Tableau is a tool. QuickSight is a tool. Okay, so if you generally go to Google, list me best top 5 data visualization tools. Okay, so it will give you Power BI, Tableau, Looker, Zoho, and all other things. Okay, so these are tools. We need to understand between tools and technology. Whatever happens in the background of the Power BI, same happens in the background of Tableau, same happens with the background of Looker. The only thing is the visuals are different. What comes in front of you is different. Let's take an example. You're going to I'll give you a niches kind of example. Let's take an example. You are going to one 5-star hotel. Okay, you are paying 1,000 rupees for one chapati. Okay, and then you go to a dhaba. There you are paying 10 rupees for
10
one.
rupees.
The chapati is same, the ingredients is same, everything is same. The only thing is you are paying much for the premiumity. Okay, so Tableau is a Microsoft monopolied premium license base. See, pro licensed base. You have to give $14 or so per user. Okay, and within your organization, if there are 1,000 people, so you have to spend thousands of money. Okay, free desktop version is available, but there are limitations within this desktop version that you cannot connect with each and every data source. Okay, so there are limitations. When it comes to Tableau, same, you have same kind of thing. Okay, but the thing with Microsoft is like there might be some people which are rich and you have Mac. Okay, uh, so those people who do have Mac will not be able to use Microsoft Power BI. Is the reason because Microsoft has some problem with Apple and they haven't created Apple app. Okay, Mac.
True.
Okay, so only those people who have Windows laptop, okay, and the rich people like me which have Mac, so I cannot use Microsoft. Okay. So so the fundamental you need to know about data visualization tool is every data visualization tool works on same fundamentals. Okay, the only thing is visualization and some base some premium versions or something have some other what you can say some other kind of stuff that can be added. Okay, like I said, when you go to a five-star hotel, probably you would get AC and all other things in that stuff. Okay, but you're a person like down to earth, you can go to the dhaba or something and you can have it just just sitting around on a chair and that would be completely fine. Okay,
Yes. Got it.
so
Got it. Thank
okay,
you.
so that's only the simple difference.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so let's come with the bar chart. So bar chart will give you the information with a two dimension. Okay, generally it will give you the information related to how much amount of sales has happened against the XY plane. Okay, so here the X is the claim amount and the Y is the car type. Okay, so bar type are generally being used for where there is a two-dimensional like x y plane analysis is being done moreover. Okay, so sales against year or something, so that will give you the bar chart. So that this was the stacked bar chart, up above bar chart. There would be side by side bar chart where you would give the comparison in between running claims, claim amount, and raised claims or so. Okay, of which the value would be something as it mentioned 1 million, 2 million till 6 million, whatever. And whatever I'm showing on the screen is based on the data that I have taken. The data I have taken is this one, car claims and insurance related one. Okay, you can take any data. You might take the Netflix data. Okay, many of us are maybe using Netflix. Probably you might be watching new shows and all other things. You can see which shows is trending, which is not, and all other things within last 2 months or 3 months, or which is the trending shows of 1 year and all. Okay, I forgot one thing to tell you. Whenever you want to get the sample data, you can go to this specific um, website. Okay, in this website you will be able to get all the data. I'll just give it a go for sign in. Yeah, I gotta sign in. Next, just go ahead. This is taken. Agree. I'm showing this because you might get into okay, you might want to some learn some stuff related to multiple amount of data, not just insurance or not just weather forecast or anything. If you go to Kaggle and find out like I want Netflix um, trending show data. Okay, so it will give you the predicting fang stock, Netflix user base analysis, and all kind of Netflix data, portfolio data. You can just go ahead in here. Okay, and you can just download the data set. It will actually give you the data set. Okay, uh give me a moment. If it is not the data set, I can just data sets. Okay, here you can find out Netflix data. Okay, so you will get the exact data over here. You can see if the data is in which format and all, and you will get this data. Okay, you can find out the data. This would be the format of the data, and based on this data you can make some analysis. You can use this Kaggle as the best hub to do the learn analysis as well, and also get the data which you can later on import to Tableau or Power BI or any other data visualization tool. You can also go to the code. You can check if there's any uh, uh, if there's any data related coding cleaning mechanism tool or something. So let's take an example: diversity optimized multi-step agent uh, uh, a data set. It is available there, and how it is working is like it's getting the data from specific path, and then after running a number of stuff on top of that data. So this is the kaggle.com. I'll just put it into the chat. You can use this. This will be definitely help you to capture any stuff of data, whatever you want to look forward for. Download that data. If you can analyze with the help of Python notebook or so. If you cannot, you can also use Google Colab, which will give you the um, which will give you the web-based Python kind of runtime, where you can just go ahead and run your what you can say, run your code and analysis and over here. Okay, you just have to connect it with your runtime. It will automatically get connected. You don't have to pay anything. It is automatically will take care of running a server in the background. Okay, you can add any kind of a data in over here. So if there is some kind of data, so you can open the notebook. You can add a data as well or something, and based on that, yeah, here. Okay, so you can add a sample data. You can directly import it in over here, and you are good to go. Okay, so that's how you can, if you're new to doing extraction, cleaning and all other things, you can use this one. This will also be helpful for you for running some of the LLMs and all other things. Okay, you don't have to rely. Some people might not have powerful desktop machines or so. So on top of that, you cannot run some of many of the LLM models. You can run these LLM models in over here. The only thing is you have to connect to a runtime which is more powerful. Run some NVDI related applications on top of it, and you will be able to run LLMs as well. Okay, so I'm just giving this information just so that you can be aware of. This is the platform. Okay, this is the Google Colab platform. I'm putting this as well in here. Okay, so any of the person who might be interested in running LLM model and seeing how the LLM model works, how LLM tuning works, that is also I'm just giving it in over here. Okay, now coming back to the visualization. Okay, so this kind of a chart that you can create. Now we will come to the dashboard. Okay, so dashboard is something you can stack up multiple canvases within one, so that it can give you the exact information. Okay, so here what I have given is a bar chart which is representing the claims amount per car type, given that the car type is private or commercial. Also, I am showing it into the tree map, or a heat map, or something which gives you the exact amount, like SUV private clerical. So SUV private vehicle, the job is clerical, so it will give you the claim amount and total blue book differences. Okay, so blue book I have already told you, claim amount I have already told you. When you will become a SME of the subject matter expert of a specific domain, let's take an example, insurance or finance or anything else, you will able to understand how to mend this kind of visualization within one, and show it to the stakeholder as on a dashboard. Okay, so these are the multiple dashboards. Okay, giving a line chart. So as just to give you what line chart exhibits. So line charts is kind of a like bar chart itself. The only thing is it gives you a nice a line based information, whether the claim amount is rising, lower, within the periphery of genders. Okay, so those who are female okay, has claim amount higher when they run SUVs, when they run van, because they do probably they're good at accidents. Male have lesser perspective towards doing any kind of incidents also, so that's why they are not claiming much of claims against any of the vehicles, because they drive well. Okay, so there are a lot of funny, and there are a lot of intuitive kind of analytics that you can bring by using multiple kind of chart types, like I have shown, heat maps, tree maps, line chart, bar chart. Okay, so that we can use. You can use Gantt chart, which is showing the granular information, not granular but subdued information, like from above, that what is the occupation of those people who have claimed and has an entry in blue book, and all other things. You can go ahead and check that as well. Okay, so there are multiple amount of charts which will help you to bring in information in one place. And then there would be a story. Okay, so story is something which bring you the perspective. Okay, so perspective or objective, you would say, of this specific assignment that has been given, or a specific task which has been given. It puts a story in front of your stakeholder or in front of your end customer, like how your product, how your company, how your unit within the company is performing. Okay, so the objective of that story can be anything. Okay, it can show highest claim amount per occupation, like I have shown you um, the insight when we were creating, or we were going to that created canvas. Okay, then there would be table showing highest claim amount per occupation. Okay, which claim amount is highest and which occupation is represent. Okay, those people who have claim for those specific claim amount also. Okay, total claim amount which is highest for SUV or something. So these are the insights. I'm commonly just showing it to you, these kind of insights that you will get. And doesn't matter which tool you will use. Okay, I'm showing Tableau, and don't say that okay, we wanted to see Power BI, but trust me, you use any tool. Okay, any of the company you go, any of the company you be part of, we don't, corporate doesn't care of the tools, they care about money. Okay, many of the companies which use Power BI, Microsoft provide them 50% discounts and all other things. It all depend upon the workforce they know Power BI, and also the amount of discounts or amount of technological collaboration that they have with Microsoft. If your company you are working in is collaborated to with AWS, they will go ahead with QuickSight. Okay, if your company is collaborated with Google Cloud, they will use with they will go ahead with Looker. Okay, so it all depends upon which company you are working in, which companies collaboration is with the specific companies, whether Microsoft, Google, or any of the company. And based on the best amount of discount that they will get, they will choose the tool. They will not care about the end a person who is going to actually create this. Okay, so this has happened with me. I was working with Looker, I have to work with Power BI, then I have to work with Tableau, I have to work with ClickView, I have to work with Abinissue. This will happen with you. Okay, and the corporate will directly tell you it's just a tool. Okay, fundamentals are same, and they are right. The fundamental of data visualization is same. Okay, the tool changes, fundamental basic remains the same. Okay, so this is the story. So story will give you the actual insights. Okay, not actual, I mean, insights are being captured by all the canvas and dashboards and all. It will give you the story of how your actual product, your service line, your services, your unit and business unit, or whatever that may be, is performing. And based on this, you can actually create the adaptation or forecast, like what thing that you can take decision on. Okay, based on your subject matter experts, you might take a decision that okay, this specific product has did well in this specific region, so we can bring some discounts or something in other regions, so that it should do well as well. Okay, I will give you the simple example of one of the product in our country. There was a product called Bewakoof. Okay, it was a garment. See, this is the one. Okay. Okay, so this has been actually been bought by Aditya Birla later on, but this product was they have multiple products. Okay, this is the company and they have multiple product. It was an e-commerce platform, and they were doing very well in 2014 and 2015. They had almost 200 crore of business every single month. Okay, the revenue was too much, but later on what happened is they weren't able to get a well-known insight based on the regions and all other things. Okay, and the valuation was though reached out to nearby 800 million or 1 billion or so. But what happened next was they weren't able to forecast, they weren't able to enhance their product and all for a specific region. They have put it probably proprietary to Gen Z kind of a marketing and all other things. And due to that, since they weren't able to do any product forecasting and all, the 1 billion company has to go to Aditya Birla, is in moreover like 180 crore or 200 crore, like lesser the valuations. And that too, there were a lot of clauses and all other things. Okay, so this kind of a forecasting is very much important, and the subject matter expert who reads all these stories will give you the actual insights about how exactly you should enhance your products. Okay, and based on that you can make more decisions to bring in the strategies, integration within your companies and all other things, so that your company will be more profitable going forward. Okay, um, that's all it. Any questions you have, I'm free to answers. Let me know. I'm here.
Sir, I have a query.
Yeah, please go ahead, ask your question.
So now this was all about data, data visualization, and getting the insights from the data to get the decision, to make a right decision. Sir, I just want to know that we have used ETL and all for data cleaning and then getting the correct format in the data set. But what role the outliers play in data visualization and to make a decision?
What role the outliers play, you're asking, right?
Yeah.
So outliers, what
Sir, outliers are something that which is not matching into the data set, no?
no, see, so outliers is something which is not like it's not error. Okay, outliers means are those entities which are not very close to your close to your intensive data. Let's take an example. You have a product. Okay, and generally this happens in Amazon, that you have a product and that product is getting sold at 10 rupees. But there is a time, um, probably someone is buying it at night, so there is a time when there is some drip in that specific cost. Okay, maybe $4 or 4 rupees or something. And sometimes there is some off season or something where that specific product is being sold at $20 or 20 rupees. Okay, so now these two sell points are away from the usual amount at which this specific product is being sold. So will you call this $4 and this $20 as an error?
No, it's not an error. So how
right?
it affects in decision making?
So how outlier helps, how outlier
Affects.
affects in your decision making, you're saying. Okay, so these are moreover like a strategize. Let's take an example. I will not give an example. Your outlier directly may influence your business decision. Okay, let's take an example. If you see in a certain period of time, let's take an example. um now it's rainy season. Okay, I will give very simple kind of information. Okay, in rainy season and in summer season, there are a lot of people who buy umbrella, right? Sensitive people like me will buy the umbrella in summer as well. Okay, because I do not like sun. Let's take an example. A person who is uh, who is traveling somewhere in the winter is buying that same umbrella, okay, from the same platform. So the cost of the umbrella in summer will be $10 supposedly. In the rainy season it would be $15, and probably in winter it would be $5, right? So now let's take an example. So I'm just telling about the positive decision impact on the outliers that we are going to have. Okay, so if you take in rainy season, there would be lot of search for buying the umbrella from online platforms. In summer there would be comparatively lower, but in winter there is so low. Okay, but you want that specific product to be bought or sold from your vendors or anything in a usual amount of time. So what will you do in this case? Okay, you will create a forecast. What kind of a forecast? Let's take an example. You a manufacturing forecast you will create. So let's take an example. To produce your umbrella it takes $2 to $3. Okay, in winter you are actually selling it into $5, and in summer you are selling it into $15, and in summer you are in rainy season you are selling it into $15, and in summer you are selling it into $10. Okay, how much amount of profit that you are making in this period of time, in which season? Okay, that is a rainy season. But you want this profitability would be, in a constant manner. You want to segregate this profitability in a equal period of time. So what you can do is, I'm just giving a example as per the business perspective or something. The business company will come, and you will not actually act this outlier. Okay, you will be able to identify a growth opportunity out of it. Okay, so let's take an example. Even if you are selling your umbrella with $2 in a winter season, it's completely okay. What you will do it, the product is very well known to get sold in rainy season, so you will raise your prices over there, right? So that's how what. Okay, also you will also have a marketing strategies and all other things. You might do one thing, that you will not do marketing in a winter season or a summer season, but you will do a marketing within the rainy season. Okay, many of the people you would see, as soon as the rain starts you will see the hoardings of raincoats, umbrellas, also online, um, online advertisements as well, right? So this is the positive decision impact. Outlier indicate the risk or fraudulency. So let's take an example. If customer transactions of 1 lakh rupees, all of a sudden its previous kind of 1,000, but not more than 10 to 20,000. So this outlier is not actually, it's not actually a error, but it is kind of an indication for a specific fraudulency and all. So that's how, see, outlier in the data industry is not being treated as an error all the time. It is also being treated as a decision impact. whether it can be positive, whether it can be negative, depending, as I said, depending upon the subject matter expert, okay, of that specific domain. If you are a subject matter expert in the domain of e-commerce, you will strategize that outliers in a different way. If you are the SME in the insurance, or if you are SME in a finance domain, you will strategize those outliers and use it in a different way. So it all depends upon how you are strategizing and how you are using the outliers. Outliers can be misleading as well, but those misleading happens when there are survey informations. Okay, so survey related informations have lot of outliers. Okay, when we do the star, like when we go on Amazon, we do the stars, right? 4 stars, 5 stars, 1 star, 3 stars. So this outlier can be misleading. So many of the survey related platforms do use outliers as a mislead decision. So I have told you positive decision impact, negative decision impact, and mislead decision impact. So this decision impact based on your strategy will help you around what decision needs to be taken on the basis of the business.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you.
Umakant sir,
Yes, sir.
conclude the session.
Yes, sir. Good evening, all of you. Myself, Dr. Umakant Pise. It is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks for today's insightful sessions on Power BI and data visualization. On the behalf of organizing committee, I extend our sincere gratitude to my Pranay sir from Yash Technology for sharing his valuable knowledge and expertise with us. Your comprehensive explanation of business intelligence, data import and transportation, Power BI dashboards, data modeling and DX, interactive reports, and visualization has provided us with practical insights and enhance our understanding of modern data analytics tools. We truly appreciate the time and effort you have devoted to making this session informative, engaging, and beneficial for our participants. I would also like thank to our respected management and President Principal Dr. Sudhakar Rao Jadhavar sir and Vice President Advocate Shardullah Jadhavar sir and principals, coordinators, faculty members, and all participants for their interesting involvement and supports with contributing the success of this program. We are grateful to everyone who are who working behalf of this scene to organize and coordinate this session smoothly. Once again, thank to all present here. We look forward to more such enriching sessions in the futures. Thank you. Thank you all of you. Sir, and I announce today's session is over.
Thank you, sir.